Hi friends, in this video I will discuss the three regions in which a BJT operates. The three regions are, the first region of operation is cutoff region, second is active region, and the third is saturation. Okay, so we will study these regions for both type of transistor. The two types of transistor is, first is PNP transistor and second NPN. But this transistor is mostly used. Okay, so we will be more focused about NPN transistor. Let's say this is a PNP transistor and this is NPN. For PNP transistor, this is emitter, this is base, and this is collector. In this case also, this is emitter, this is base, and this is collector. For PNP transistor, holes will be since this is emitter and this is p-type material, so it will inject holes. Holes will flow in this direction. So the direction of current will be in the direction of flow of holes. So this will be the direction of current, and this will be called emitter current. In this case, since this is emitter, so this will emit. What it will emit? Since this is heavily doped n-type material, so it will emit electrons here. So this will be the direction of electrons. If this is the direction of electrons, what will be the direction of current? Current will flow opposite to the flow of negative charge. This will be the direction of emitter current. This is emitter current. Some part of emitter current will flow through base. This will be base current, and the remaining part will be collector current. And we will write emitter current is equal to collector current plus base current, and collector current is equal to the DC gain into base current. So these things we have already discussed. We have already discussed that if current flows in this direction, this seems to be, here it seems to be current is flowing from P to N type. We have this acceptance that current always flows from P type to N type. But if current flows from here, from this N type to P type, it seems that this is a reverse bias current. So the order of reverse bias current is in microampere. But in case of BJT, we know that the normal value of collector current is in milliampere. So how this current is so large in terms of the reverse current is in microampere, but in case of transistor, it seems that the collector current flows through a reverse bias junction. So how this can be in milliampere? So these things we have already discussed in the first lecture of BJT. In this case, this is emitter current. Some part of emitter current will flow through base and other part will be through collector. Here also we will write emitter current equal to base current plus collector current, and collector current equal to DC gain into base current. So these are two simple formula, and we know these two formula from first year only. you would have studied these two formula in first year. Okay, so coming back to the region of operation, first I will define the what is cutoff region. In cutoff region, we have already, if I talk about this junction, we will call this junction as, here we have emitter and this is base. So this junction is emitter base junction, and this will be, this is collector, this is base, so this will be collector base junction. Similarly, this is emitter base junction and this is collector base junction. Now I will represent this PNP transistor in symbol. First I made base, this is base current, this is emitter current, so the direction of current will be this. This is emitter, base and collector. In this case, this is base, the direction of current is from, the direction of current is this, so here we will indicate an arrow away from the transistor, and in case of PNP transistor, the direction of arrow will be towards the transistor. If you rotate this clockwise, it will look like, this is PNP, and here if we rotate it, if we rotate it anti-clockwise, how it will look like? If we rotate it this, if we rotate anti-clockwise by 90 degree, okay, anti-clockwise by 90 degree, this is emitter, this is base. Now take mirror image of this. So I want to represent this transistor in a form in which this is mostly given in books. So if you will take mirror image of this, what you will get? This is emitter, collector and base. So in this form, or with this symbol, it is mostly represented in books or in questions, and a PNP transistor is mostly represented with these symbols. Here we have, this is emitter, base and collector. Okay, if we talk about emitter base junction in a PNP transistor, here you can see emitter base junction. Emitter is p-type material and base is n-type material. So to this junction, in the diode model, how you can represent this junction with a diode? In a diode, this is p and this is n. Okay, so this is p and this is n type of material. So if we represent this junction with a diode, it will look like. And what about this junction? Collector is p-type material. Sorry, this is okay. This is emitter. This is collector. So this will be diode model of a PNP transistor. For an NPN transistor, base is p-type material. So this is p, this is n. Okay, this is diode model of NPN transistor. Okay, now I will discuss the first case, cutoff region, which is very easy. In case of cutoff region, the base emitter junction or emitter base junction, base emitter junction is reverse biased. This is reverse biased. So if base emitter junction is reverse bias, what does it mean? If you represent it with a diode, if this is silicon, the material of this p-type material is of silicon. So if this is reverse biased, or better to write, the base emitter junction is not forward biased. Okay, so if this junction is not forward biased, to make a diode forward biased, how do we check whether a diode is forward biased or not? Suppose we have a diode in a circuit. Let's say here we have a circuit and this is connected in a circuit. So how do we check whether a diode is forward biased or not? We first open circuit it. Okay, this is positive, negative, and we check open circuit voltage across a diode. If this voltage is greater than 0.7 for silicon, we say that this diode is forward biased. So in case of cutoff region, what will happen? Both for PNP and NPN transistor, emitter base junction is not forward biased. It means the forward voltage, the open circuited voltage through this junction will be less than 0.7 volt. Okay, since emitter, the type of material in emitter is p type, this is p and this is n. So we will take, in open circuit voltage we will take it as positive and negative. So here we will write V emitter to base open circuit is less than 0.7 volt, because in a circuit this transistor will be connected in a circuit, and if you are required to check in which region it operates, you can do this by checking voltages only. So in that circuit, what you will do, you will first open circuit it. Okay, you will make the proper polarity, open circuit polarity. Positive will be on p type material, negative will be on n type material. So for NPN transistor, for PNP transistor, this way we found that the voltage, emitter base open circuit voltage will be less than 0.7 volt. Okay, now if we come to NPN transistor, in case of NPN transistor, here we have P, so we will have positive sign here, negative sign here. We will first open circuit it. Okay, in a circuit, when you will open circuit it, the calculation will become very easy, because when you have open circuited it, in any case, if you open circuit the base emitter junction, IE will be 0. If IE is 0, IE is nothing but IV plus IC. If there is no emitter current, there will be no base current, there will be no collector current. So just for checking, this is not necessary it will be open circuited, but this is the procedure for checking whether a diode is conducting or not. So just for checking, you will open circuit it, emitter current will be 0, collector current will be 0, base current will be 0. Okay, so in many parts in the circuit, currents will be 0, and then in that case you can apply KVL very easily. Okay, so this is base, this is emitter. So what will be this voltage? The open circuit voltage is nothing but open circuit voltage across this voltage is VBE. VBE open circuit, this will be less than 0.7 volt in case of cutoff region. Okay, so what we observed, in case of PNP transistor, VEB open circuit will be less than 0.7 volt, while in case of NPN transistor, VBE open circuit, here we have VBE and in this case we have VEB. And in case of NPN transistor, VBE open circuited, this must be less than 0.7 volt. This is for NPN transistor to operate in cutoff region. And in case of cutoff region, there will be no current. In case of cutoff region, what will happen? The transistor will be completely off. IE equal to 0, IB equal to 0, and IC equal to 0. If IE is 0, this will be open circuited. Okay. Here will be a part of circuit. Here we will have part of circuit. Here also we will have part of circuit. So IE is 0. If IE is 0, IB is also 0. This is also open circuited. Okay. And this is also open circuited. Means open circuit, doing open circuit means it is not, this will be physically connected, but there can't be a flow of current. Okay. This will be physically connected, but current cannot flow. So what we see here, the transistor is completely isolated from the circuit. So this will be completely off. If you want to get this condition in terms of VBE, what you will do? If you will add minus sign both sides, what will happen? Minus of VEB open circuited. If you add minus both sign, the sign of inequality will be reversed. This must be greater than minus 0.7 volt, and minus of VEB will be VBE. VBE must be greater than minus 0.7 volt. But I think this is better to remember. Leave it. Okay, so I hope that you have understood the cutoff region for both for PNP and NPN transistor. See, the condition may be different in terms of voltages. Here we have VEB, here we have VBE, but the basic definition for both transistor is same, and the basic definition is in cutoff region, the transistor in cutoff region, the emitter base junction will not be forward wise. Second is active region. This is also called linear region. I will discuss in further lecture why it is called linear region. In this case, the graph of output voltage and input voltage becomes linear, passing through origin. And this type of, in this region, the transistor operates as amplifier. Okay, the operation of transistor as an amplifier happens in active region or linear region only. So first I am writing the condition. In active region, what will happen? For both type of transistor, the base emitter junction, this junction will be forward biased, and collector base junction will be, this is written that collector base junction will be reverse biased, but I am suggesting you to not to remember it as reverse biased. It is better to write this will not be forward biased. Okay. So this is the basic definition of active region for both type of transistors, both for PNP and NPN. Now we have to get this condition of active region in terms of voltage only, because by determining voltage across base emitter or collector base junction, we can determine in which region it operates. So now we will determine this condition in terms of voltage. So I will first take I'll first take NPN transistor. For NPN transistor, this is diode model, this is base, this is emitter, this is collector. For NPN transistor, this is NPN and this is PNP. Okay. So base emitter junction has to be forward wise. First we will check base emitter junction. Base emitter junction has to be forward wise. So this diode has to be forward wise. And when a diode is forward wise, when open circuited voltage across diode is greater than 0.7 volt. This is P, so we will have positive polarity, negative polarity, and we will write V base emitter. In case of open circuited, this must be greater than 0.7 volt. Okay. When this is greater than 0.7 volt, what will happen? This diode will conduct, and when a diode conducts, there is a permanent voltage drop of 0.7 volt. So when this condition is satisfied, we will not say VBE is greater than 0.7 volt. Okay, this is just to check whether the diode is conducting or not. So after checking, let's say this condition is satisfied, then what will happen? This diode will conduct, and if this diode is conduct, there will be a permanent voltage drop of 0.7 volt with P or with base at higher polarity. So in this case, what will happen? When open circuit voltage is greater than 0.7 volt, in actual condition this will not be greater than 0.7 volt. Instead, VBE will be equal to 0.7 volt. So whenever this condition is satisfied, you will immediately understand that VBE will be 0.7 volt. Okay. Okay, so this was about base emitter junction, and collector base junction is reverse biased. So for collector and base, this is positive, this is negative. So we will write VBC, first positive then negative. VBC open circuited, this should not be forward biased, so this should be less than 0.7 volt. So for active region, VBE must be VBE open circuited, this must be greater than 0.7 volt, and VBC open circuit, this must be less than 0.7 volt. This is the condition for an NPN transistor to operate in active region. But when you will solve question, this is oftenly required that we have to derive the condition, or we have to know the condition in terms of the collector emitter voltage. Okay, so now we have to get this condition in terms of collector emitter voltage, not in terms of collector base voltage. See, in the questions, determining this condition is very easy, because to check this condition, what you will do, you will open circuit the base emitter junction. When you will open circuit this junction, all the currents will be 0. So if all the currents are 0, you will experience it in the question only. I cannot explain here. When all the currents are 0, the calculation will become very easy. So this condition can be checked very easily. And when you will have practice, you don't need to even check this condition. You will have a circuit, and having a look on the circuit, you can say that whether this condition will be satisfied or not. If this condition is not satisfied, you don't need to check this condition. If this condition is not satisfied, you will say this will be in cutoff region. So if a transistor is out of cutoff region, then only you can check for active region or saturation region. Okay, so now you are done with this condition. So you will check for collector base voltage, and in the question, before finding out collector base voltage, in most of the question you will be able to find collector emitter voltage. So it is better to get this condition of being of the operation in active region. We have to get this condition in terms of collector emitter voltage. So for an NPN transistor, first I will define the three voltages: VBE, VCB and VCE. Okay, saying VBE means this will be VB minus VE. It means you are taking reference as base will be positive and emitter will be negative. For NPN transistor, this is base, this is emitter. So the reference of VBE will be, the positive sign will be on base and negative sign will be on emitter. Saying VCB, it means collector will be on positive. The positive sign will be on collector. This is positive, this is negative. The name of this voltage will be VCB. Okay, and VCE means obviously this voltage will be the potential difference between collector and emitter, and the positive reference will be on collector. So name of this voltage will be VCE. Okay, now we already have condition in terms of VBE and VBC. Now here we will find relation between these three voltages. If we apply KVL, if we will move from this position to this position, okay, what will happen? We are moving from negative polarity to positive polarity, so we will have gain, and gain of which voltage? Gain of VBE. So gain will be written as positive. If you move from here to here, you are moving from negative sign to positive sign, so again we will have a gain VCB. If you will move from here to here, you are moving from positive to negative, so we will have drop, and drop of what voltage? VCE. Loop is completed, so this will be 0. So here we can write it as VBE plus VCB equal to VCE. Okay, now in active region what happens? First you will check this condition, and when this condition is satisfied, when VBE open circuited is greater than 0.7 volt, you will immediately come to a decision. In actual condition, this will not be open circuited, this will conduct, and when or base emitter junction will be forward wise. When this junction is forward wise, VBE in actual condition will be 0.7 volt. So I will put VBE as 0.7 volt. 0.7 plus VCB is equal to VCE. Okay, now VBC open circuit must be less than 0.7 volt, and here we have VCB. So I will convert it in VCB. If you will add minus sign, what will happen? Minus of VCB, if you will add minus sign both sides, the sign of inequality will be reversed. So minus of VCB must be greater than minus of 0.7 volt. And what is minus of VCB? This will, sorry, minus of VBC. Okay. In this equation, what I have done, I have added minus sign both sides. Now minus of VBC is, this is VCB, so VCB must be greater than minus of 0.7 volt. Okay. So here I will write VCB equal to VCE minus 0.7, and to operate in active region, VCB must be greater than minus of 0.7 volt. Okay. Then VCB must be greater than minus of 0.7 volt. Then VCE must be greater than 0.7 minus of 0.7 volt, which is nothing but VCE must be greater than 0 volt. Okay. So initially we had definition for active region. Base emitter junction will be in forward wise, and collector base junction should not be in forward wise. And after that definition, we have the condition in terms of voltage. Now after this, what we did, we found out relationship between these three voltages, and finally we have this condition in terms of collector emitter voltage. The collector emitter voltage must be greater than 0. Okay, so in short, for NPN transistor, the condition to operate in active region is VBE open circuit must be greater than 0.7 volt. This means VBE will be equal to 0.7 volt and VCE must be greater than 0 volt. Okay. Okay, in a similar way, we can get the condition for a PNP transistor to operate in active region. But before doing that, we will first do condition of saturation region for an NPN transistor. See, we have only three conditions: cutoff, active, and saturation. Out of these three conditions, in one region, out of these three regions, in one region, the transistor has to operate. So if VBE open circuited is greater than 0.7 volt, this transistor will certainly be out of cutoff region. Okay, so if it is out of cutoff region, this will be either in active region or saturation region. Now you will check for active region. If the condition of active region is not satisfied, then obviously the transistor will operate in saturation region. Okay, so what will be the condition of saturation region? The condition of saturation region will be, first it should be out of cutoff region. VBE must be greater than 0.7 volt. This means VBE will be 0.7 volt. And what about collector base junction? For NPN transistor, this is collector, this is base, this is N-type material, this is P-type material. This should not be forward wise in active region. So we will say VBC open circuited less than 0.7 volt, or VCE this is we have just derived, must be greater than 0 volt. VCE open circuited. Okay, so this is the condition for active region. So the condition of saturation will be reverse of this condition. For saturation, VBC open circuited must be greater than 0.7 volt. This means both base emitter junction and base collector junction should be forward biased. This we have already done. So this diode should also be in forward mode. So VBC open circuit will be greater than 0.7 volt. And what is the relationship between those three voltages? We got the relationship as VCE is equal to VBE plus VCB. So this can also be written as VCE is equal to VBE, and VCB will be minus of VBC. So this will be minus VBC open circuited, or VBC open circuited will be equal to VBE minus VCE, and this must be greater than 0.7 volt, and VBE is equal to 0.7 volt. 0.7 minus VCE must be greater than 0.7 volt. So from here we can get VCE must be less than 0 volt. This is VCE open circuited. This must be less than 0 volt. Or better to write simply VCE less than 0 volt. This is just to check. VCE must be less than 0 volt. In actual condition, VCE can never be less than 0 volt. Okay, even if the transistor operates in saturation region, the VCE cannot be less than 0 volt. What will happen if you this is for checking purpose only. If you are checking it, if VCE becomes less than 0 volt, you will immediately understand that the transistor operates in saturation region, and if transistor operates in saturation region, VCE will be either 0 volt, or this will be given in question. There will be some amount of voltage VCE saturation. This will be given in question. What I have just said in the question, when I will solve this question, I will repeat this part if you have not understood at this point. So in simple expression, for active region, VBE open circuited must be greater than 0.7 volt. This means VBE will be equal to 0.7 volt, and VCE must be greater than 0 volt. In simple way, this is the condition of active region, and condition of saturation region. Practically in questions we will not check for saturation condition, because if if the transistor is out of cutoff region, this will be either in active region or in saturation region. So now you will check for active region. If the condition of active region is not being fulfilled, obviously the transistor will operate in saturation region. Okay, so in saturation what will happen? VBE open circuit is greater than 0.7 volt, means this is out of cutoff region, and I will just write VCE greater than 0. Okay, or better to write VCE will be less than 0 volt. VCE less than 0 volt. I will add a statement here. If transistor is actually operating in saturation region, and if you are assuming it wrongly as it is operating in active region, okay, if the region of operation of a transistor is in saturation region, but by mistake if you take the transistor as operating in active region, you will get VCE less than 0. Transistor is assumed to be operating in active region. I hope you understand it. VCE will never be less than 0. Okay. In ideal condition, in ideal case, if transistor operates in saturation, VCE will be 0 volt. I will make you realize this thing when I will be solving questions. You will first check for active region, and if the transistor is not operating in active region, you will always get VCE as less than 0. You will apply all the condition of active region. If transistor operates in active region, you will get VCE greater than 0 volt. But if you have assumed transistor is in active region but the actual operation is in saturation region, then you will get the wrong result. And if you are getting the wrong result, you will immediately understand that your assumption was wrong, and your assumption that the transistor is operating in active region, if this assumption is wrong, the transistor will actually be operating in saturation region, and when it is operating in saturation region, VCE will either be equal to 0 or VCE will be equal to VCE saturation. This will be given in question. If you have not understood what I am saying here, I will make you realize while I will be solving questions. Now let us find out the condition of active region for PNP transistor. Active region for PNP transistor. I will first draw the symbol, and after symbol we will go to the definition, and from definition we will derive the condition in terms of voltages. This is emitter, base, collector. Emitter is P type, base is N type, collector is P type. So base emitter junction must be forward wise. Here we have positive, negative, positive, negative. So if base emitter junction is forward wise, VEB open circuited must be greater than 0.7 volt. It means VEB is equal to, this is the procedure of checking, finding out open circuited voltage, and this will be the result. If this is satisfied, then VEB will be 0.7 volt. And in active region, collector base junction must be, this must not be forward wise. Okay, so this is positive, this is negative for this junction. So VC B open circuited less than 0.7 volt. Okay, now again we will try to derive this condition in terms of collector emitter voltage. Okay, so we will first find relationship between these three voltages, or from the KVL also we can do it. And since I found relationship between these three voltages with the help of KVL in case of NPN transistor, here I will find out differently. We have VCB. VCB is nothing but VC minus VB. Okay, this can be written as you add VC plus VE, or VC minus VE plus VE minus VB. So VC minus VE, I have added VE and subtracted VE. VC minus VE will be VCE plus VE minus VB will be VEB. So VCB is equal to VCE plus VEB, and this must be less than 0.7 volt. Value of VBE is equal to 0.7 volt, so VCE must be less than 0.7 minus 0.7, 0 volt. This is the condition for active region. Okay. While in case of NPN transistor, what was the condition? VCE must be greater than 0 volt. Okay, this is for the case of PNP and this is for the case of NPN. Okay, and if the condition of active region is not satisfied, this will certainly operate in saturation region. Here only we can derive for saturation region VCB open circuited. This junction must be, both the junctions must operate in forward biased. Both the junction must operate in forward mode. So to this junction to operate in forward mode, this voltage must be greater than 0.7 volt. VCB open circuited must be greater than 0.7 volt. So this must be greater than 0.7 volt. VCE plus VEB must be greater than 0.7 volt. This is 0.7 volt, so VCE must be greater than 0 volt. This is to operate in saturation for PNP transistor. But this is only condition. This will not be the actual case when it is operating in saturation region. Let me tell you the basic reason why this condition will not be, but this can never be the actual condition. In case of NPN transistor, if both the junctions are forward bias, what will happen? Current will flow like this. Current is always from emitter to, in PNP transistor, this is the direction of current. Some part of current will flow here. The direction is current is from emitter to, some part will go to base. This is the direction of current. If both the junctions are operating in forward mode, this is P, this is N. So at both the junctions there will be a voltage drop of 0.7 volt. This is N, this is P. So This is the case of saturation region in case of PNP transistor. This is emitter, this is collector. So these are the voltage drop across junctions. There will be some additional voltage drop because this is a material, this is an PNP transistor. So if current flows in this direction, there will be some internal resistances. There will be some internal resistances. Okay. Due to internal resistance, okay, so let's say some I current flows here, and collectively all the resistance, the total resistance is, let's say, R. So how will be the circuit? Starting from E, there is this voltage 0.7 volt, then resistance, then first negative is coming, emitter, this is collector. Assuming base current is negligible, let's say this is positive, this is negative. Now if you will apply KVL, let's say I current is flowing here. So moving from C to E, what will be the name of this voltage? VEC. First E will come because I have taken reference positive at E. The name of this voltage will be VEC. If you are moving from negative to positive, what will happen? You will have a gain of VEC. Then coming back here, we have a drop of 0.7 volt. Okay. Then there will be some drop across internal resistance minus IR, and here we have a gain of 0.7 volt. Loop is completed. We started from C and we have again reached to C. So we will get VEC as I into R, and current will always flow in this direction. So I is always positive, R is also positive. This is VEC. So VEC, this is equal to R. In ideal case, what will happen? First, let me remind you what is this condition. Both the junctions are in forward mode. So this operates in saturation region. Now in saturation region, what you are getting? VEC equal to IR. What does it mean? In ideal case, if you assume there is no resistance, this will be equal to 0. And if it is 0, whether you call it VEC or VCE, this will be 0. Okay. But if it has some internal resistance, VEC will be equal to IR, and this will be, both I and R are positive, VEC will be greater than 0. If VEC is greater than 0, obviously VCE, which is negative of VEC, this will be less than 0 in case of PNP transistor. Similarly, in similar fashion, for NPN transistor, you can obtain as VCE will be, in ideal case, if it operates in saturation region, VCE will be equal to 0. But due to resistance, there will be some voltage drop that will be called VCE saturation. Okay, so now we can summarize. For cutoff region, VBE open circuited is less than 0.7 volt. In case of PNP transistor, VEB open circuited will be less than 0.7 volt. For active region, VBE, first you will check for cutoff region. VBE open circuited will be greater than 0.7 volt. It means VBE equal to 0.7 volt. This is first condition, and the second condition is VCE must be greater than 0. This is for active region. In case of PNP transistor, first condition is VEB open circuited must be greater than 0.7 volt. This means VEB will be equal to 0.7 volt. And the second condition is VCE must be, in this case VCE must be greater than 0, in this case VCE must be less than 0. I will add one more point which I have not discussed in case of active region. This is in ideal case, okay, when the transistor has no internal resistance. If it has some internal resistance, VCE must be greater than VCE saturation. Okay, here also it is better to write in terms of VEC. If for PNP transistor, if you go back, VEC, we got VC, first we got VEC must be greater than 0, then I said VCE must be less than 0, VEC must be greater than 0. This is for ideal case, if the transistor has no internal resistance, and if transistor has some internal resistance, at the place of 0 we will have VEC saturation, or VEC must be greater than VEC saturation. This will be given in question. Third is saturation. So as I said earlier, you will never first check for saturation region. You will first check for cutoff region. VBE, base emitter junction, is forward wise. This will not be in cutoff region. Then you will check for active region. Now if this condition is not satisfied, the transistor will automatically operate in saturation region. So what I am doing here, I will not write any condition for saturation region. If this is not satisfied, the third condition will automatically be satisfied. And what will happen in saturation region? Either VCE will be equal to 0, or if it has some internal resistance, VCE will be equal to VCE saturation. In case of PNP transistor, either VEC will be 0 or VEC will be equal to VEC saturation. VEC saturation. To this condition, I will write in a better way. The better way of writing this condition is VCE must be greater than either 0 or VCE saturation if it is given. Okay, or here VEC must be greater than either 0 or VEC saturation. But the basic definition for each case is same. For both NPN and PNP transistor is same. In case of cutoff region, base emitter junction is not forward wise. Okay. For active region, base emitter is forward wise and collector base junction is collector base junction is not forward wise. And in case of saturation region, both junctions are forward wise. Both are forward wise. And you have already observed that from basic definitions only we have reached to the condition in terms of voltages. The condition in terms of voltage are little different in case of PNP and NPN transistor. Okay, here we have VBE, here there VEB. Okay, here we have VCE and here we have VEC.